Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Gaming. I'm Ron Mackenzie Lafergie. Video games are great, and normally they're an excellent source of fun, a place to escape the outside world. But sometimes they come with unwanted consequences. Let's talk about some of the games that are seen as cursed. Now, I think it's important to note that some of these have been discussed in other videos. I avoid it when possible, but sometimes it's too good of an example to leave it out. Plus, not everyone sees all the videos, so it'd be a pity to miss out. Now grab your lucky rabbit's foot, because it's time for the Top 10 Cursed Video Games. Number 10. Berserk. Berserk was an arcade game from 1980 where you navigate a maze while shooting robots. This is an older game that some believe to be cursed, and it was actually referenced on The Simpsons kinda subtly when the nerds started muttering phrases from the game. The cursed aspect refers to the fact that 18-year-old Peter Burkowski died of a heart attack after making the top 10 list twice in 15 minutes. Guess it's a good thing I'm terrible at video games, it's better for the heart. Number 9. Taboo the Six Sense. Taboo was a tarot card simulator for the NES developed by Rare in 1989. The point of it was basically to give you tarot card readings. Just enter your name, gender, birthday, and then ask a question, and the game gives you a reading. However, since its release, there have been a number of reports of people having terrible things happening to them after playing the game, based on the game's predictions, with some reports even claiming that it predicted the deaths of several people. I wasn't able to confirm that though, so this seems like something of an urban legend. The game does exist though, and it's super weird. Number 8. Polybius. This one is quite old and really well known, having also shown up in an episode of The Simpsons. Polybius was an arcade game from the early 1980s that randomly appeared in an arcade in Portland, Oregon. Well, some people say it did. Others say it didn't exist. Some people say that it was essentially the last Starfighter game, put there by the government to recruit soldiers. Some even claim it was a brainwashing tool that was often visited by men in black. It was claimed to have caused amnesia, insomnia, and hallucinations in players. While it is generally viewed as a myth, there was a strange bout of illnesses in the Portland arcade around that time, where several players fell ill for a number of reasons, but most people don't believe it was due to this game, but who knows. Number 7. World of Warcraft. This one is less of an actual curse and more just incredibly consistent negative consequences from playing the game. WoW is an absurdly addictive game, and those with already addictive personalities found themselves having a lot of trouble controlling themselves. Some became so hooked on WoW that they were harmed in real life, seeing anything from headaches to weight gain to important issues like losing friends and jobs and even death. This game's definitely up there in terms of having caused harm to people, but that isn't to say it's a bad game. It was just too good at getting its players hooked. Number 6. The Curse of Guillermo del Toro. Apparently any game that Guillermo works on is cursed, because while he's tried several times to get involved in games, they always seem to crumble in his hands. He started working with THQ on the game Insane, which looked pretty good, but ran out of money soon after releasing the trailer. Then he tried to join Hideo Kojima to make a new Silent Hill game called Silent Hills, starring Norman Reedus. It was looking great until it wasn't, because Konami backed out, forcing the game to eventually be cancelled. So if you're thinking of making a game, maybe keep Guillermo del Toro far, far away. Number 5. Lair. Lair seemed to be cursed throughout its development, as if someone up there just didn't want the game to be completed. A number of unfortunate happenings occurred during its production. Much of the data was lost due to a power outage during a data transfer, many people involved became sick or had family illnesses, and the icing on the cake was when the company went bankrupt just months after releasing the game. Plus, the game was pretty lousy, which didn't help. Number 4. Pokemon Red and Green. This is one curse that I've talked about before, but it fits the bill. The curse stated that in the original Japanese Pokemon Red and Green, the theme music for Lavender Town caused negative effects to the kids who play the game. They experienced everything from headaches to suicide, and this was pegged on the music for the game, causing them to change the pitch. It sounds pretty ridiculous, and presumably it was just a coincidence, but the idea of a game having effects like that on kids is pretty scary. Number 3. Haunted Majora's Mask. A story has been circulating around the internet for some time about a player who got a Majora's Mask game that seemed to be cursed. It was full of glitches, corrupted files, and some sort of AI/creepy dude named Ben. And Ben just went on to harass and totally mess with the player, both inside the game and in his real life. I can't give you the whole story here, but if it interests you, you can look up the Ben Drowned creepypasta. It's all over the internet. Definitely keep an eye out for weird happenings when playing Majora's Mask, because you never know. It's probably fiction, but then again,
maybe it's not.
It is though. Number 2. The Superman Curse. It seems that Guillermo del Toro isn't the only person to curse the games he's involved in. Superman has his own curse with games. Starting in 1978 with the Atari 2600 Superman game, we witnessed an assembly line of games that ranged from mediocre to steaming piles of poo, with the most notable being the atrocious Superman 64. Obviously, there are exceptions to this, especially recently with the success of the Injustice games, but the fact remains that a whole whack of his games go really badly. Maybe because Superman's a dumb hero who's too damn strong. Starting to sound like Kelly. Number 1. The Madden Curse. This is another one that I've spoken about previously, but this is just far too applicable and necessary to talk about. The Madden Curse is based on the crazy realization that the players seen on the cover of the Madden games often goes on to get injured or play badly, or both, in the following season. And it's actually quite consistent with pretty much every player since Garrison Hearst having problems following their time on the cover. However, don't get too scared, this is likely a case of regression to the mean. If a player has a particularly good year, chances are they won't do that twice in a row, so their performance goes down. And in a sport as brutal as football, injuries aren't exactly uncommon. That said, the consistency of the injuries is pretty questionable. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please smack that thumbs up button and subscribe to Top 10 Gaming for more sweet gaming vids. Let me know in the comments if you've ever been cursed by a video game. Until next time, I'm Ron McKenzie LaFergie with Top 10 Gaming. Later, gamers.